Hello and welcome to PreCalc. Today is Monday, October 26th, and today we are going to look at a review of function transformations, where a transformation just means that we have taken a function and moved it around on the graph. Great, we're going to learn by doing today. We're just going to dive into our first example. Okay, so make sure you pause your video here and write the original example down. Great. First thing we want is, what is our parent graph? Well, our parent, our original function, is x squared. I see that from the squared in my f of x. Reminder that just plain f of x equals x squared. It's just a regular parabola. So we know that this function will have the shape of a parabola. Okay, next thing we want is our vertex. To find the x value of my vertex, I'm going to take this part and set it equal to 0. And the y value of my vertex is always this number off to the side. So we have -3, positive 6. Okay, let's go ahead and graph that. -1, 2, 3, -6. So we know where we're starting. A few other things going on here. This negative is going to make our graph reflect upside down. So we're going to write reflection. Because if I have f of x equals -x squared, it is still a parabola. It's just going to open upside down. Okay, and the last thing we have going on is this 2. That's kind of like our slope. So I'm going to go 1 over, 2 down, 1 over, 2 down, and again down because of the negative. Connect my points, and there's my curve. Great, let's consider one more example. Okay, we're going to be looking at a square root this time. Make sure that you pause and write the original problem. Okay, let's consider our parent function. I know that's going to be square root because there's a square root in our f of x. So square root, remember, looks like we start at 0 and comes up. So let's get our vertex first. I want to set this piece equal to 0 again. And then my y value is going to be this -3 outside of the square root. So my vertex is -4, -3. We can go ahead and plot that. Okay, so the only other thing that we see going on here is a negative out front. Reminder that a negative is going to look like this same square root graph, except it's going to open upside down. Okay, so there we go. Great, and that's it. Okay, we're going to do one last example, and I'm going to do this one without a graph in place, just to show you more what it looks like if you have to sketch a graph by hand. So we're going to call this example 3, and we're going to say it's f of x equals 3, absolute value, x minus 2, that should be a line, not a parentheses, minus 1. Okay, let's start with our graph here. We have our x-axis, our y-axis. Okay, so we're going to remind ourselves what absolute value looks like. It is just an upward V shape. Okay, so first thing we're going to want here is our vertex. It's going to come from here. We're going to set this equal to 0. the y value of our vertex is this number off to the side. So our vertex is positive 2, negative 1. We can go ahead and graph that. 1, 2, 1. All right. And the only other thing we see going on is this 3, no negative, so it will open upward. And this 3 kind of acts like a slope, so I can go up 1, 2, 3. So I'm over 1, up 1, 2, 3, over 1, up 1, 2, 3. Here is our V shape. That's all for today, guys. Thanks.